Adding and managing your block. This section is where you set up your block, add new units and create schedules for your service charge budgets. The great thing about this section is that when you set this up from the start, it means you have a complete overview of each of your blocks and can easily keep control of budgets and be alerted to any arrears before they become an issue. You can choose which users have access and how much information you want to share, making it a transparent and effective way to communicate. And I'll show you how to do all that in a moment. Other parts of the resident system that use the data from this section are the account section, reporting, configuration, contacts, the email log, and the block dashboard. Now let's run through the navigation. Click on the block link and it opens up another 4 options, as you can see: property details, schedules, units, and owners. You can jump to any other section of Resident via the shortcuts on the black panel to the left of your screen here. Clicking on the block dashboard link here takes you back to your list of blocks. The system times you out after 20 minutes, so if this happens, you'll have to select your block again to get back in and view your block dashboard. If you find it easier, you can also use the drop-down menu across the top of your screen to select a block, view messages or send a new one, create a new block or log out, or contact resident user support. If you have more than one block, the name of the block that you're currently in is shown here on the top toolbar. Clicking on this also takes you to the block dashboard for that block. Clicking the back arrow on your web browser will take you back to the previous screen that you were in. Now let's go through the block section step by step. Refer to the signing up guide to set up your first block, or if you need to add a new one, click on Create New Block up here, then follow the same steps as in the signing up guide. Click on the block link and it opens up another 4 options, as you can see: property details, schedules, units and owners. Once you've set up your block, it will show here in the property details section. If you need to change the name of the property, you can edit it by clicking into it like this, and make changes to the address by using these tabs down the bottom here. And remember to save changes when you're done. You can add notes about the property by clicking on the Notes tab. Scroll down and you'll see any notes you've already added. And if you want the system to remind you about something with a deadline, tick the box next to the Creator's task, add a due date, and it will be added to your calendar and tasks section. Next, it's a good idea to set up your block's units and owner or leaseholder details. We can assist you with uploading these in bulk as part of your onboarding training. Contact us for more details. You can also do a bulk CSV upload via the configuration page, and refer to the configuration how-to guide to see how to do that. Otherwise, if you prefer to do it yourself manually, you'll have to add each one individually. Select Units under Block on the black side panel here. Any units you add will be shown on this screen. Click Add New Unit over here on the right. You can add as many units as the billing plan you've signed up for allows. Type in the unit name, for example Flat X. The address is set by default by the system as the block's registered company address, but if you need to change it, you can click on New Address or select a different address. It's best not to choose Edit Address, as that will edit the block's registered company address that's saved in the system and could affect other applications where that address is used. Then add the service charge for this unit. You can enter up to 6 decimal places from 0 to 100% depending on your lease agreement. And then you'll need to add the owner details. So click on Add Owner Details here, which takes you through to this screen, and then Add Owner down here. If you've previously entered the person onto the system, click on Existing Person and select them from the drop-down list. Tick whether they're the primary contact, a shareholder or a director, and then click Add Owner down the bottom of the screen. If you need to add them as a new person, click on New Person and enter their name and contact details. Make sure you add an email address so that you can make the most out of Resident, which is a web-based communication system. Otherwise, they might miss out on some important information and updates. But if they don't have an email address, then tick this box here. The system automatically adds the owner from the date that you add it and makes it current. But if you need to change that, you can click on Edit Ownership and change the date, or deselect Current. You can add new ownership dates by clicking into this box up here, and view that owner's statement of account by clicking View Statement here, or over on the right here. If you need to add tenant details, click on the Tenants tab across the top here, and it's the same process as adding an owner. If you've previously entered them onto the system, click on Existing Person, or click on New Person and add their details. Some clients choose to add letting agents' details in this section as opposed to tenants' information. And just repeat those steps if you have multiple buildings within your estate and need to add more. And if you have multiple service charge schedules, remember to label each unit with the corresponding building name, i.e. Flat 1 Building A, Flat 1 Building B, and so on. Click on Units up here and it will take you back to the main screen, where you can see the details of all your units in one place. Click on Heading to sort by that column, or you can enter a search word to find a specific name, and you can choose how many records to view per page here, and scroll back and forth between entries down here. On this main unit screen, as well as adding and viewing units, you can also download all statements, or just choose any that are in arrears by clicking on these buttons. If you click on View Details next to the unit you want to view, it takes you through to the more detailed screen for that unit, where you can edit the unit, owner or tenant details, as we've seen, or add notes by clicking on the Notes tab. If you want the system to automatically remind you when to do something, click the Creators task box and add a due date as well. You can also upload files relating to the unit here. Click on Choose File, select it from your computer, then upload. And you can also view them here in the Master Files log. Click on Service Charge Demands up the top here to see invoices relating to each unit. You can view each invoice or download it to your computer, and you can raise a one-off invoice too by clicking on Raise Invoice up here. Fill in the details you need to on this form. The system generates an invoice reference for you and uses today's date, but you can change these if you wish and edit the description. Select the category and the bank account and which unit you want to send it to over here, then add the item description and the amount over here. You can add more rows by clicking Add Item. Then click Save at the top. If you need to add more schedules, repeat the same process as many times as you need to. And on your screen you'll now see the list of all your service charge schedules. You can edit them if you need to by clicking on the name. That takes you back through to this screen where you click Save when you're done and then Done to get back to the main list. The CSV import function under the configuration page can be used for service charge percentage entry. We provide templates for it and it can save an enormous amount of time on data entry. Finally, in this block section, there's the Owners link. This shows you all the owners you've entered for each unit. The colour-coded tabs show you at a glance what roles they have: directors, shareholder, owner, and so on. and you can also see when they last logged in. The owners section has been included here for ease of reference so that you can see at a glance who all the owners are while you're managing your blog and message them quickly by clicking on their email address. They also appear in the contact section down here. Refer to the Contact How-To guide for more information about how to view or edit their details. You can bulk download all your contacts or unit details and send a mail merge by clicking on these buttons on the right here. You can find more resident how-to guides on our YouTube channel and in our resource centre. And if you need more help, just hit the support button on the top right-hand corner of your screen.